Hey guys, Spooks here, and it has been a couple hours that I've been trying to figure this out. I eventually just had to look it up. And, like I said, there's no room that's just for nothing. We had to go to the parlor. You know how it's always talking about these nice pillows? We smother the chili to death. So I had to cheat. Really didn't want to cheat. My brain couldn't take it anymore. I had been looking for so long. I looked in there, walked around, I was like, yep, there's the pillows, and I kept going. Oh well, we're here. We're here, we got this. There's your dead chili. Happy trails, lad. Okay.
What were you even doing?
He kept demanding ghost food, but I don't really know how to cook, except like nachos and popcorn, and just the regular kind of not ghost nachos and popcorn. But he was really insistent, so I figured ghost food was probably invisible, right? So I just pretended and gave him empty plates. I guess it worked, even though that doesn't really make any sense. Alright, he works at the snack bar. Then I'm pretty sure the last ghost is Mrs. Gunn. So, we are going to head back up. Time we talked there. I do feel significantly less haunted. Did you get rid of all the ghosts?
We sure did, ma'am.
Actually, my scanner says there's still... Shh.
Yes, ma'am, all ghosts are accounted for.
Well, that's splendid. Come right on in. I knew it. I'm going to take this. Because I wanted to. And it also said to get to the attic, which reminds me of the trap door. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Hello, Mrs. Gunn.
Hello, Sylvester, was it? Thank you so much for getting rid of all these ghosts for me.
Yeah, about that. Turns out there's one left.
Oh, dear. Well, I'll need you to take care of it before I can pay you.
Mrs. Gunn, I've got some bad news for you.
Oh, what's that?
It's you. You're a ghost, ma'am.
Well, I'll be. When did that happen, I wonder?
My condolences.
Why, thank you. You're very kind. You know, this does explain some things.
Like what?
Well, I haven't had an appetite for months. Nearly a year, in fact. They keep sending food up from the kitchen in the dumbwaiter, but I've just been dropping it out the window and sending the empty plates back to the chef. Back, so the chef won't have her feelings hurt.
There's also the fact that you're translucent.
Yes, I thought it was just cataracts.
Mrs. Gunn, this prompts a question, you know.
Oh, what's that?
Why are you a ghost?
Well, I'm sure I don't know. You're the expert. Perhaps you can tell me. Actually, that's me. I'm the expert.
Do you have some kind of unfinished business, something that's tying you to this place?
Well, now that you mention it, yes, I suppose I do.
Do you mind telling me about it?
My entire family disappeared a few years ago. My husband and my 3 daughters.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I'm sorry for your loss.
The sheriff suspected they'd been kidnapped for ransom, but no one ever made any demands. They just vanished. I never found out what happened. I always thought they were taken away by ghosts.
Why did you think that?
Well, I've always felt guilty about how many people have been killed by my invention.
The belt buckle?
The gun.
Oh, right.
I used to worry that their ghosts would come back to haunt me. When I built this house, I had an electrical anti-ghost field installed in the walls of this room, so they couldn't get in. No way, awesome.
Wait, doesn't that affect you?
Well, I'm sure it would if I attempted to walk through the wall, but it never occurred to me to try.
Ah.
After Dan and the girls disappeared, I became so sure the ghosts had gotten them that I locked myself in here, after donating the rest of the house to the Historical Society so that there'd be someone to look after the place. Now I feel rather silly about the whole thing.
Silly? I mean, ghosts do exist, obviously.
Well, yes, but now that I'm a ghost myself, I can sense the presence of other ghosts. And they only just arrived in this house yesterday, or the day before. That was when I called for an exterminator. But, you know, I didn't even question how I knew they were here. But I don't think there have been any ghosts here before then.
Why did they all show up yesterday?
I couldn't say. They all seemed very angry and confused. But since they couldn't get in here, they gave up and started just wandering around the house. They gave up quite easily, actually.
Because you're already a ghost yourself, maybe? Well, Mrs. Gunn, what are you going to do with you?
What do you mean?
You did
You did contract me for 13 ghosts, ma'am. You were the 13th. Oh, yes, obviously I could simply renegotiate the number with you, but perhaps you should go ahead and exercise more, whatever you do.
I'd rather find a more peaceful solution.
A peaceful solution? What do you mean?
Well, we can also release you from your ghostitude by solving the problem that's keeping you here. In your case, I guess that means finding out what happened to your family.
Oh, well, I would be very grateful if you could. I assume they're dead, and to be honest, I think I've gotten used to that fact. But I surely would like to know what actually happened. Okay, well, I am going to go to the attic, because I got an attic thingy. Where was... The attic was in the pool. Ooh. Hey, who the heck are you?
I'm Sylvester Duty, but since I'm not the guy who's apparently hiding out in Mrs. Gunn's attic, I feel like you ought to be the one answering the question.
Who am I? Well, that's just friggin' typical. I'm Chet Bullet, damn it.
Am I supposed to have heard that name before?
Yes, you damn well should have. Mrs. Gunn's invention would have been nothing without mine.
Wait, let me guess. You invented the bullet.
Oh, I thought you were going to say belt buckle again.
Oh shoot, now I want to change my guess.
You're damn right I invented the bullet, but I was her assistant, so did I get any credit? Hell no.
Okay, well maybe I'll feel like talking to you later. Sounds like you've got an axe to grind.
Not for much longer.
Yeah, it looks like we found the bad guy. Okay, Chet, go ahead and tell us the details of your whole nefarious plan.
I don't care much for your tone. Why should I tell you anything?
Well, I could just set you on fire with my mind, but I prefer words to incoherent screaming.
Well, it's too late for you to stop me anyways, so I suppose it won't hurt to tell you.
Certainly not as much as not telling me would.
When Mrs. Gunn dies, control of the company and patents passes to me. I'm no murderer, mind you. I like to keep my hands clean, but I figured there might be some other people who'd have a bone to pick with her, considering their manner of death.
You summoned all the ghosts?
That's right. All it took was some basic seance equipment wired up to the house's belfry for amplification. A snap for a mechanical genius like me. But seance gear summons ghosts related to the summoner. That's the whole point of a medium. A person who knows how to direct the summoning on someone else's behalf. So you get to talk to your own grandma instead of the summoners. You don't seem like the medium type to me.
More like a small. But that does explain something I've been wondering about.
Oh?
I didn't make any sense of all the ghosts being... Makes sense for all of the ghosts here to be haunting Mrs. Gunn because some of them weren't killed by guns. But they were all killed by bullets.
I didn't even think about that. So one dude had the bullet in the cigar. They had a bullet in the camera flash for the camera. Naturally, I anticipated that there'd be a couple of those, so I rigged this room with an anti-ghost field, which I cleverly boosted so that the ghost couldn't even sense me up here.
So your plan was to summon a bunch of angry ghosts who would initially be looking for you, but would haunt Miss Gunn instead when they couldn't find you.
Correct, and once they've haunted her to death, Gun Industries will be all mine.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of good news, but Mrs. Gunn is dead. On the bright side, she's been dead for a year, so you pretty much wasted your time.
What? Really? I'm rich! I just need to get out of here with all those ghosts spotting me.
Yeah, the ghosts are gone too. So you're pretty much in the clear.
Wonderful! The anti-ghost field is pretty effective, but it started to make the back part of my brain itch. He flips a switch on an electrical device, and you suddenly become aware of the absence of an extremely low-frequency hum right on the edge of your hearing.
There's something else I want to ask you about.
Ask away!
What happened to Mrs. Gunn's family?
Oh, them! They've been out of the picture for years. I heard a rumor Dan got killed by desperados and buried in a shallow grave out in the backside of nowhere. But of course I wouldn't actually know anything about that. Lucky for me, since I couldn't have inherited the company with him around. Or their daughters. You son of a... Relax, the girls are fine. I'm not a monster.
I'm pretty sure you're a monster.
There's a weird little island kingdom somewhere on the other side of the ocean. Apparently it's stuck in some kind of bizarre temporal field that keeps nearly anyone from entering or leaving. Can't even find the place if you don't know how. Fortunately, I know a guy who knows how, so I gave the girls 3 free tickets to sleepaway camp. Wasn't that nice of me?
You're an absolute bastard.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. Fortunately, I'm about to have a whole lot of money to console myself with.
Why, you...
Hold on. We should talk to Mrs. Gunn first before you tear this ass a new hole. I like that. I thought you said she was dead. Now, the only thing I looked up was how to kill the chili, so the rest of this is my brain. Alright, Mrs. Gunn. Guess what?
I have good news and bad news.
Go on, I'm ready.
Chet Bullitt had your husband killed and your daughters kidnapped, so he'd be the sole inheritor of your company when you died. He's also the reason all the ghosts were here.
That son of a... I should have suspected something when he suddenly started being so ingratiating back then, and when he wrote off desperados on his expense account. I'd write him out of my will, but I suppose it's too late. That's rather galling. What's the good news?
He says your daughters are safe. They're just on a magical island somewhere that nobody can get to.
That's not exactly comforting, but at this point I'll take it. Plainly, he'd wanted to kill them, but he'd have just done so. Wait, you spoke to him personally?
Yeah, he didn't know you were already dead, so he's been hiding in your attic the last couple days, waiting for the ghost to kill you. What do you want me to do with him?
I'll leave it up to you. I'm not in a state to make any reasoned judgment. In any case, you already answered my question, and I can feel myself moving on already. Thank you for all your help. With a sad wave, Mrs. Gunn fades from view. Then, almost as an afterthought, the lock on her desk drawer pops open. Inside, you find a check written out to Cunningham Ghost Annihilation Services, which flows snags with a cha-ching, and a blueprint. Okay, so let's go down to the basement, make this gun. Now, Sylvester's a good guy. I can't have him kill this dude. However, I have been playing this on my own. I haven't gotten to the DLC yet in my own playthrough. And that one's not a good guy. And he's going to kill that guy. Mrs. Gunn's opus. Whoa! I mean, I should kill that guy. He's a really bad guy. But there's been a peaceful alternative to everything, so... there most likely is a peaceful alternative to this. Oh, it's pretty sure I've got business to run.
I'm sick of your face. Go on. Get out of here.
Gladly. Thanks for your help with the ghosts. Come by the factory sometime. Maybe I'll hook you up with a discount. I didn't feel like fighting him. No, I was just trying to be nice. Well, that's it. You reckon you've brought some reckoning to Gun Manor. Not the best possible reckoning, mind you. Maybe there's a better way to deal with Chet. I don't know the last time it saved, but I'm actually just going to close the game. And hope that... oh. No, dang it. Okay, so there is a better way. Ring the bells. Okay, so dang it. But in order to get all the way back here, I'd have to go through everything again. So, that's really unfortunate. Sorry, guys. But I guess that's the ending that we've got. Maybe I was supposed to stop him. But that's our... I know, I want to figure out what to do with this bell. Maybe somewhere... No, my brain's dead. I'm going to look this up. Must have Loathing bells. Okay, let's see. Oh. No. Okay, so the better... It actually showed the better way. It has to do with the better way. I could have walked past Chet. And I can set this to... Boo. And it would have brought all the ghosts up to deal with Chet. As the eerie sound of the bell fades away, ethereal outlines begin to appear around you and resolve one at a time into familiar spirits. Monsieur Lardest, and then the lady who's running the Boo and Breakfast, and the librarian. You know, you really didn't get very many of their names. Maybe you should be better about introducing yourself to people. Anyway, you're soon surrounded by a small crowd of ghosts with Mrs. Gunn. This is the bell tower in my house, Sylvester. What's happened? No. I've got to do it. I've got to do the good ending. Sylvester's a good guy. Okay, well, we're going to have a cut right here. Scenery is probably going to change. Clothes are probably going to change. But we'll be right back with the good ending, guys. Alright, we're back. Oof, that took so long. Also, you'll notice this Sylvester's a little different. I got this cool crown. Let's see, what should we wear to finish this off? We'll do our starting hat. Because I couldn't remember what my other Sylvester had. But, okay, we're finally back to Mrs. Gunn. We're about to tell her that she's a ghost. Why are you a ghost? Do you mind telling me about it? Why did you think that? Oh, right. Doesn't that affect you? Find a more peaceful situation. Let's see what I can do. Alright, so now we're gonna go talk to Chet Bullet. And then I do believe I know the... I didn't actually look up what the full thing was. It was something I found out I could do afterwards. Okay. Let me guess, you're Chet. You got an axe to grind. You summoned all these ghosts. So your plan was... The ghosts are gone too. What did you do to their family? We're gonna go talk to her. She's gonna dip. That's not what we wanted to do. And then, let's see. Alright. Good and bad news. Let's go in the blueprint. Now, what we're going to do, that's something I didn't know I could do. I swear if I mess this up, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. There's some really big bells. What we're going to do is we are going to summon the ghosts back. Found out I could do this before, and all the ghosts came back, and they're like, why are we here? And I was like, oh, guess I could have done that before. Alright. As the eerie sound of the bell fades, ethereal outlines begin to appear around you and resolve one at a time into familiar spirits. Monsieur Lardest, and then the lady who was running the Boo and Breakfast, and the librarian. You know, you really didn't get very many of their names. Maybe you should be better about introducing yourself to people. Anyway, you're soon surrounded by a small crowd of ghosts, with Mrs. Gunn being the last to arrive. This is the bell of my tower. The bell tower of my house. Sylvester, what's happened? Yeah, nice to see you again. But what's up, Counselor?
I suppose you're all wondering why I've summoned you here today.
I did just ask that, yes.
Well, I've come into some information that I think you might be interested in.
This won't take long. Will I need to get back to the afterlife?
What's the hurry?
They've got an all-you-can-eat buffet with every kind of meat in nugget form. That's pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
You unholster your pistol and slowly put it against your temple. You can't get there that way, you dummy.
Rats.
Sorry.
Anyway, let me explain. Felicity, how did you feel when you got here? Originally, I mean.
Well, I remember being very angry. I wanted revenge for my death. But the feeling went away pretty quickly, and I couldn't remember why it felt like that. I'm not the vengeful type.
It doesn't even really make sense in your case.
Yes, exactly. I never bore any ill will toward the prosecutor that shot me.
Was it basically the same for the rest of you?
Oh, just like that, yes.
Myself as well.
Me too.
Thought so. Well, here's the deal. You were all summoned for the explicit purpose of taking revenge on Mrs. Gunn here.
Attendez, I was not killed by Lagon. I wasn't either.
Yeah, some of you weren't. The summoning happened based on your connection to the summoner himself, Chet Bullet, the inventor of the bullet. But he was hiding with anti-ghost technology, and assumed that enough of your deaths would be gun-related that you turned your attention to Mrs. Gunn instead.
Well, that's just dirty pool. I should know, considering I got shot for playing dirty pool.
The thing is, you didn't know that Mrs. Gunn was already a ghost, so with nobody to take revenge on, you all just reverted to your regular state of mind.
Huh, well, I appreciate the info, but was it really necessary to call us all back just to tell us that?
What I really wanted to tell you is that Chet Bullet has turned off his anti-ghost field. He's over there at the other end of the attic. Now, I'm not going to make any noise about how he's ultimately responsible for all your deaths, because that would be both crazy and also belittle the actual circumstances of your death. But Chet Bullet murdered Mrs. Gunn's husband, kidnapped her daughters, and attempted to use you all to kill Mrs. Gunn herself. So, if you all are interested in a little frontier justice, 13 is a pretty good number for a posse.
The ghosts all turn to look at each other, and their eyes begin to glow red. The hunter is the first to leave the circle, closely followed by the poacher. Soon they've all left except for Felicity Wainwright and Mrs. Gunn. Mrs. Gunn looks hesitant for a moment, then seems to make up her mind. She gives you a stern nod, then follows the other. You turn away and soon hear a man screaming, but the sound quickly decreases in volume, as though he were being pulled a great distance away. And then, it's gone entirely.
I figured you wouldn't be into it, Felicity.
Yeah, despite everything, I still believe in the rule of the law.
Didn't see you trying to stop them, though.
Nope, you certainly didn't.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. Happy trails, Counselor.
You too, Counselor. All's well that ends well. Yeah, whoops, sorry. Well, that's it. You reckon that your careful recon of the situation has brought some true reckoning to Gun Manor. Congratulations on getting the best ending. Feel free to wander around the grounds and enjoy the scenery, and maybe wrap up some loose ends, but otherwise, you're pretty much done here.
Oh, he's just gone.
Okay, we're gonna go make the Mrs. Gunn's opus, magnum opus, whatever. And then, see, I have not even gone to Frisco yet. I found out I could actually do this beforehand. I went through and I did a lot of, I think I did pretty much every side quest that there was. And then I also did a lot of grinding out levels and stuff. So I was able to kind of go through this, and I actually went through it pretty easy, knowing how to solve the riddles. Weird, I know. But I was able to go through there, get all those done. So, Mrs. Gunn's opus. So, maybe I'll go through and I'll go finish, but I think this is done. I did get every single necromancy skill, which was cool. And that's what gave me the... So I should put that on. That's what gave me my cool crown. But this gave me the most. Let's go out here. And that was the Reckoning at Gun Manor. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me and enjoying this with me. There will be a link to the Steam page for West of Loathing because I still fully recommend this game. One of the best games I've played. I have played through it probably 6 or 7 times just on my own. Excuse me. Just in between when my last recording was. Like when I initially recorded the game and when I started playing through the DLC. Because I had never played through the DLC yet because I didn't have it. So definitely check that out. And maybe leave a like, comment. I'd love for you to subscribe. That'd be pretty cool. But until next time, guys, stay spooky. Toodles!